What's up, y'all? It's Clear. I am. I'm just stuck, and my mind is just like racing on like so much. The people, the world that we live in right now, the uproar of pain, all the pain, so much pain. Hearing the speakers and seeing the activists and seeing the children and hearing these artists and just witnessing all of the pain that everyone is experiencing. My mind has been blank. Normally I'm able to like pour out a poem like that, or able to put out something, write something, overpouring with something. Trayvon Martin, simple. Philando Castile, simple. This situation, like, I can't. Because I've already said all of it. I said it all. What is it for me to write another one about the same scenario? Injustice, 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 discrimination, hatred, racism, police brutality, all of this. I've written about it countless times over and over and over. I've written about it. I have poems now that I can just pull out and they'll fit perfectly with this scenario. That's sad. It's very sad. And I'm like, well, V, like, what is freedom? And I'm sitting there with myself and I'm like, shucks, the hell if I know. I don't know what I don't know what it is, you know? Maybe, I mean, freedom may be me experiencing life without my parents. That was freedom, you know? But I still had to ask for permission for a lot of things. Even when I was outside of my parents' home, I still had to ask for permission. And I think we as a nation, all kinds of people, we're not free. Even white people, even with their white privilege, they're not free either. But to imagine that we as a nation aren't free, and then think about black people, right? We have to work 3 times as hard and still have to ask for permission. Still. So imagine our freedom, even with the proclamation, documentation, and what is it, Emancipation Proclamation? We're still not free because we're still asking for permission. We have limitations. Still in 2020, there's only been one black president, one. And he wasn't even all the way black. Still asking for permission, right? Out here marching and protesting, requesting and demanding and begging and pleading and for equality, for justice, to be seen, to be heard, asking for permission. Still, like, that's the world that we live in. What is freedom? What is freedom? What does it look like? What does it feel like? Then I thought of a bird, right? Flying out of its cage, being let loose and just flying and not being able to even think of the idea that they have to return back to that cage and being held and bound to that one cage where they can't go anywhere, where they're just rounding in a circle inside of this cage, and they don't have to think about that anymore. And then in my mind, I'm like, we're still bound by that cage. Why do I say that? Because after the protesting and after all of these things happen, guess what? There's going to be a verdict. And 9 times out of 10, the track record of these court systems aren't really gonna go in the favor that we want. So guess where we back at? Cage. And then if they do condemn this person, guess what? Whatever is going to be handed down to the person is not going to be adequate. It's not going to be legit justice being served. As if they always talk about black on black crime. Well, if it was a black person that killed another black person, guess what? There's going to be justice. Someone's going to jail. Not for no 2 years, getting off on probation. Someone's going to jail for life. That's just true. Facts, right? It baffles me to even think about the idea that we're like birds that have been let loose. But guess what? We're still gonna have to fly back into the cage. We're not free. And I don't think that we even know what real freedom feels like, because we're always asking for permission. Always, for everything. Work. We have to work to have a living. Food. The foods that we receive and that we eat are processed, full of crap that is not good for our body, causing the cancerous cells to just develop and grow and run wild. Disease-filled foods. Drugs. What did these drugs just pop up from? Like, they started in hospitals, right? Now randomly they're on the streets. We're still asking for permission. We don't have permission. What is freedom? What does it look like? Are you free? If you're free, let me come where you are so I can experience the freedom that you have. Yeah, I have a place to stay. I have a roof over my head. I have a car. I have all of these things because I work for it. And I served this country as well. 8 long years. Did 1 tour overseas. So even with me fighting for this country, standing up for the liberties of this country, I still come home and I am still not free. My son, 10 years old, had to walk outside his door in fear, not free. Fear. 10 years old, fear. Or is it freedom in that? Still asking for permission. Still asking for permission. If you know freedom, if you have it, please let me know so you can share it with me. Okay?